I'm going to talk about is Little Girl Blues, Existence of an Image by JN McGhee. Here's the front. Here's the back. JN McGhee, aka Jazz, is such a great poet. I love how she can take any group of words, metaphors, sentences. She knows how to put it together into a lovely poem, and you can just get such great emotion after you read it. Now, in her book, Little Girl Blues, she is taking you on a journey from childhood to adulthood. And when you read her poems, you're going to experience different feelings of joy, sadness, losing love, learning to love. It's so many different things you can get out of her poems. Now, her book is divided into two parts. Part one is Little Girl's Perspective, and part two is Creating the Image. So I'm going to be reading a poem out of both parts, and I'm going to give you my insight after each one. And I hope you just enjoy this video, and make sure that you purchase her book. The link is in the description below. And make sure you follow her on social media. She's on Instagram, Twitter, all the information in the description. Make sure you follow this amazing poet. Little Girl Blues from part one. Swinging on Father Time's swing set again, back and forth from side to side on a classic grandfather's clock. How easy it is to not keep up with idle hours, surrounded by happiness and Mother Nature's rapture. Adulthood is calling, but who has a moment to listen? Laughter elevates the parting cuts and scrapes, voices growing louder, continuing to bellow. On deaf ears they fall, on deaf ears they linger, dancing and singing in between the heights, round and round until childhood trips and tumbles. Responsibility knocks, but who wants to be domesticated? Racing toward the finish line, momentum comes to a halt, refusing to accept no one stays a fugitive forever. Death arrives and hovers near. Age has finally caught up. Sleeping memories taunt pure reality. It reaches out her hand. Smiling, no one escapes. Mortality ends. Grasping how much fun it was being a fool. And just like that, childhood died. Now, I really can see clearly what she's trying to say in this poem. But I know a poem, when you read it, you can have so many different perspectives. So this is my perspective. I think what she was trying to say in this poem is about childhood. Our childhood, being a child is innocent, it's freeing, you don't have any responsibility, you have to worry about anything. And now, this little girl is coming to a point that she has to transcend into being an adult. Adulthood is calling. Her age has came to the point that it's time for her to take responsibility. She doesn't want to answer the call. She wants to run away from it. She doesn't know she wants to, to take on this adulthood. If she wants to take on responsibility, is she ready for it? Is she ready to face the world? Is she ready to face reality? Now I'm going to be reading Stretched, and this is from part two. Stretched. From head to toe and what's in between, a non-existence of an existence, dysfunctional team. Average isn't preferable on society's menu, starving for acceptance, shunned from the world's point of view, skinny to gaunt, desired by many but not for others. Thick with plentiful meat on the bones and nice and trashing for another. Physical features vary, but all remains the same. Long hair, curves of a lighter tone, sometimes medium is tolerant, but otherwise lame. Originality is displaced. Intelligence depletes. The world creates an illusion of beauty defining the skin. People, easily influenced, wants to give it the now. Terrified of being labeled, has been. Rejection sits at this table, a wander with fables, seeking a home to cradle. So where do I belong? In a place full of people, why do I feel alone? Self-looting fisters, negligence of love for oneself, investigating the mirror, wishing to be somebody else. Media and commercials brainwashes beliefs of the grass being greener. Misery and fictitious goals, twisting, convincing admiration, yearning for the other side. Animosity towards me, the person I am. Personality, my beauty, is obvious, and to humans it's not with glam. Skinny fits right and wild, thick is in the running for first place. Average, not qualified. Return to sinner's hate. Struggling to accept myself as I am. STRETCHED. Stretched. The wishes of the world, media, and others too far-fetched. Now, I really love this poem because this is the truth. That as growing up, becoming an adult and going through this process is that you're trying to see where you fit in, to see do you fit in with the world and what they say. They tell you how to walk, how to talk, what to dress like. It just is so many demands on you placed in this society to see how you're going to fit in, how you're going to walk through. Let me point out, in the beginning, she is talking about different physical features. Whether you're skinny, whether you thick, big, however, is that the world has its own expectations on how you're supposed to look, what you're supposed to wear. And she was saying that the world creates an illusion of beauty to find the skin. An illusion, it's like it just, something that cannot be attained. It's just their own makeup, pretend image of what people should look like. Now she says investigating the mirror, wish to be somebody else, having all the different standards, expectations, and now you look at yourself in the mirror, you don't meet up to expectations. Is something wrong with you? Are you questioning yourself? But I love the ending. I love how she ends it. The wishes of the world, media, and others too far-fetched, meaning you cannot reach them. The world has their own standards. Social media have their own things they celebrate and things they don't celebrate. And people can sometimes have their own expectations of you. And you just feel like that you cannot meet those standards, that maybe I should change this about me, maybe I should do this. But no, just be comfortable in your own skin. So I really love her book. I love how she just tells this whole story and how you feel when you're a child, and then also how you feel as an adult. So please pick up her book. All the information is in the link below. I really enjoy reading Jazz's work, and I'm also going to take another look at her book again in part 2, because I really just related to part 1 because it was so true to things that she was experiencing, things, the emotions I felt, and I wanted to reread part 2 again. I love poetry. I'm a lover of the arts, so I really love reading works by different authors. Now, the next books I'm going to be reviewing is a father and daughter duo. The first book is going to be Don't Settle for Safe by Sarah Jakes Roberts, and the second book is going to be Soar. I'm going to order that book and the study guide. That's by T.E. Jakes, and I'll also be giving you my thoughts on that. So see you next time, and good night.